Now let's take you to Ashaiman now, because the Ministry of Defense is apologizing for the military brutalities and assault meted out to civilians at Ashaiman, but says it will not apologize for the operation itself, which resulted in the arrest of some 184 suspects of the killing of a 21-year-old soldier, Imoro Sharif. Now, speaking on PM Express, Deputy Defense Minister Kofi Amankwa-Manu said it is regrettable that some residents were caught up in the melee, but says there will be no apology for the operation. We'll hear from the minister in a moment, but first, I was in Ashaiman to try and gauge the mood, and this is what my cameras captured. In multiple viral videos, soldiers are seen beating some persons said to be resident of Ashaiman. In one of such videos, 5 persons are lying in a pool of water. A soldier with a gun hanging around his waist wields a stick and walks around them. One of the persons in the water attempts to rise up and is immediately hit with a stick. 2 others who also try to stand up receive beating as well. At Ashaiman official town, I meet some residents who say they were picked up from their homes and beaten.
So this dawn, I was just indoor when a lady in my house shouted, "Obin Jimmy." So we came out, tried to find out what is happening. So immediately we came out, gun is being pointed at us, and they asked us to lie down. So we asked, in the process of lying down, they start hitting us with wire, wood log, and metallics and stuff. From there, they march us from the house to the street, to sleep on the street, to roll. In the process of rolling too, they are hitting us, and they send us to a T-junction at the top here. That's where we went and met a lot of men are being kept there. So we were asked to do arm pressing and stuff, roll on the floor. On the process of doing all those things, they use a metallic. I don't know what sort of metallic is that, and they use it to hit my arm in the process of doing the press up. So as you can see, there's a swelling aspect of my arm than this one. And even if you look at my back too, there's a little. By then I was wearing shirt, so it wasn't serious at that point in time.
Oh, so yeah. Those are the marks?
Yeah, those are the marks. We were indoor. This man and I, and the third person is in right now. I don't know what is happening to it. Because by the third person is not wearing anything, only boxer. Only boxers is wearing, so their own is much terrible than mine.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you were not told anything, you weren't told what you've done?
So as we lie down, they are brutalizing us. The question they are asking, who asked you to kill the military man? And I was like, I don't know what they are talking about. I know nothing about what they were saying. So they even used PVC pipe to hit my head.
Wow.
And it broke into 2.
Then I heard my door knock. So I wake up and I open the door. I did not see anybody. So I open the trap door. Then I get out. So when I get outside, then I couldn't see anybody. Before I know there was a military man standing there. And when I saw these people were lying on the bed, then they said I should come. So the time he knocked the door, he go and hide so that you will not see her. So then they said I should come. So they said, what am I doing here? So I am working here. I'm working with this company. And they did not even allow me to say anything. They started beating us. Beat us, let us roll on the ground from the house. Then they brought us here, 3 of us. Then we came and met one of the guys too. Then they marched us to that side. They beat us, let us do the exercise, even our head and our neck, that we get mine and kill military man. We get mine and kill military man. So I was bare chested like this, and they said, oh, then you get body too, and see what they have done too. If I remove this piece, my head and my neck off. So my head and my neck off. You see. So actually, we don't even know anything about this. It was even raining. If you see the way they treat us in this, beating us left and right with metals and ropes.
3 of your children have been taken away.
Yes, please.
What were you told?
Well, around 5:30 at dawn, I went to funeral at my village, Ziavigo. So the eldest one called me that, Daddy, the soldiers have come. They were banging the gate. Where are you? And I told her, we have not yet come. He said, no, they are banging the gate. They are forcefully opening it. We said, don't worry, we'll see what we can do. Just before then, he said, they have entered the house. They have gotten into my room. I said, what is happening? He said, then we are hearing the banging. Bah, bah, bah. Ah! Before we realize we cannot hear from female. When we call, the phone is not going. We don't know what's happened. So we have to call neighbors. We call neighbors to see what is going on. Eventually, I realized that 3 of them has been forcibly taken. And armed civilians. What crime have they committed? We don't know. So I have to leave whatever I'm doing to rush down. Right now, I'm coming, and then this is where you are meeting me in the house. They first opened 5 of the doors. Used a catapult to break some of the louver frames and the glasses. Yes, and then broken all the levers around. A lot of things have been it's haphazard in the house. They were 4. One of them managed to escape with bruises. You have seen it yourself.
The military has in a statement indicated its high command sanctioned the operation. The statement says the trooper is originally stationed at Sunyani, but was in Accra for a cause and had sought permission to visit his family at Ashaiman. His mother says she waited for hours for her son, but he never showed up.
When I saw the picture, I knew it was my son. So I shouted and started demanding answers. I was asked to calm down. I was later told he had been killed at Ashaiman. It was difficult for me because he is a calm person. I cried for several hours. I later heard he struggled with them and knocked on doors, asking for help, but got no help. I am told he kept shouting that he is not a thief, but they didn't leave him alone, and no one helped him.
Sheriff's uncle, Abdurrahman Ahmed. That, what I could get from the community. The mother is in such a devastated state. But my colleague, Maxwell Agbagba, is in Ashaiman now and joins us with more. So, Maxwell, take it away from me now and let us understand what's happening in Ashaiman where you are.
I was subjected to military brutality some days ago. Brace, a press conference just ended about 30 minutes ago here. We have the Member of Parliament, Ernest Nogbe, addressing the press, and then some other opinion leaders also addressing the press. One thing that is clear from the residents here at Ashaiman Taifa is that they're going to explore all legal options available to them to seek justice and also demand compensation. That press conference has ended here, but we have scores of residents, still gathered here discussing what happened to them some days ago. Many of them have been telling me about how mayhem reigned on them here some days ago, and many of the people here have been showing us the assault marks on their backs and other parts of their bodies. I have 2 gentlemen here I'll be talking to right about now. I also have another lady here. That quite a number of young men were taken away from this community. We are told that some of them have been released whilst others are still being screened. Now this woman here who is standing here with me says that ever since her husband was taken away, she's not had anything from her husband, and now she is worried that something terrible possibly has happened to her husband. Let's speak to her. I'll be talking to you shortly, so be here for me. Let's talk to her. Hi, what's your name, madam?
Pacho, your family Beatrice.
Beatrice, Obaniana.
Pacho and Mibani.
Okay. Dabena omudi ukuno koe.
Pacho, and any 3 days amudi mi kuno koe. Friday night semuni siya kana mi kuno ni around or sorry or by Saturday 2 o'clock.
Okay, well, she says that the incident happened on Friday, Friday when the incident happened, her husband was not at home. He had gone to church and then returned on Saturday, we say.
Saturday 2 o'clock no by.
Saturday 2 o'clock no by. Came back home at Saturday 2 o'clock in the morning. Area. Saturday in the afternoon. Okay.
Tuesday na assembly see no po no nim say bibi because we want into oko private na mo chi no into ni po ba kwa ha na me be hu ni po ba na me hu ni brush or the pesi we abonti.
He says, well, she says on Tuesday when the military stormed this community, her husband had stepped out to attend to nature's call. At the point when he stepped out, that was when he was picked up by the military. She says she came out and then saw the toothbrush that he was using outside, right outside, and then his slippers also outside here. And see, from Tuesday, and then Wednesday, and then Thursday, what's the one thing?
Like one frame in 3 days, Aqualano pony home fan. 3 days near, no Coban Sana ye did. 3 days near Minian did ye. Minis cancer media Aqualani Beko Hospital.
Oh, she's very distressed. She says that since the husband was picked up by the military on Tuesday, she's not had anything from him. She says that her child is sick. She's unable to take the little girl to the hospital because she does not have money to do that. And since Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, Obiantin and Kai, one more and you're morning, the community and
Patro muso muhunu wo ba no ankasa no de won frame ba me bi san kofo na mobile omuko ho no mobile ne de muso muhunu wo ho ama ni nan po apra ni simba ku ni ha say ahu no ntimi nanti papa.
Well, she says personally she's not had anything from her husband, but she says for those who were with him, who were arrested together with him, they said they saw him with a swollen cheek and also injured, has a leg injury also, but she has not had anything, from the husband. Where did they did?
Only ho no koba ansana ye didi like miniska minye juma miniska no koba ansana di bibia ni ho fiti anopa min didi ye 3 days ni min didi ye okomu di mi ba miniska me didi ho ache on like oni ho ache na me kwa ansana me ma miniska me didi mini obia this onupe na koba ansana ye didi.
Well, she says her husband is a breadwinner of the family, and he provides for the family. She says for days now, since he was taken away, she has not eaten. Her child also is very difficult for them to buy something to eat because the husband is a breadwinner of the family, and now they do not know how to cope financially. They're unable to cope as a result of this. And to see her. In Pennyford, I didn't know person catch you.
Patro, the American Musemi Pomucho, Mikunu no Nima Seminole Hushi, Omunjano no Brefi, Onunabeshe, one bar, Minya Scafan Colanico Hospital. Intimi Pamucho, Mujano no, but your friend who Pochu, Patro Jan, Mammy Wami Pomucho.
Well, she says the husband is Hope Pochu, and she's saying that the husband is innocent. He doesn't really have an idea what exactly happened. Like she stated earlier, her husband was away in church when the incident happened, came back on Saturday afternoon. So he's innocent. He's appealing to authorities to make sure that her husband is brought back safely. But let's speak to another gentleman. I've been speaking to him earlier. He tells me that the military men actually jumped this wall, forcibly entered his house, broke down his door, and then forcibly entered his room. Tell me, how scary was that for you?
Oh, it was a great scare, because when they came, they were first invading into the house by knocking the main gate. They knocked the gate severally. Nobody came out. So with that response, they tried to jump over the wall. When they jumped over the wall, there are extra gates to the to the rooms. So they break that rooms and entered. So in entering, they break about 6 trap doors. Because when you are about to sleep at night, you can't lock the main doors. We all lock the trap doors. So they broke all our trap doors, picked 4 gentlemen out, and they started brutalizing us outside. They drove us up like a military man, whilst we are a civilian. Beat us up from 3 a.m. right to 8 a.m. And we were taken to Michelle camp. After when we were taken to Michelle camp, They were not doing anything, no investigation, but they went back to Tulaku to invade about 140 people and brought back and add up to us. After a while, we were taken back to Burma camp, and at Burma camp, it wasn't an easy task. We went through a lot of hell.
Wait, so you were beaten at Michelle camp, and then later you were taken to Burma camp. There they continued. You were not beaten at Michelle camp.
We were just there waiting for an investigation. But after that, we were taken to Burma camp. They said they heard that the commander said they should bring us to Burma camp for the investigation. So they took us from Michelle camp to Burma camp at 4 p.m. So we got to Burma camp. When we got to Burma camp, that was when some soldiers were around and we were beaten.
So you were beaten at Burma camp?
Yes, we were beaten.
But not at Michelle camp?
No, we were beaten at Burma camp, trained well. They say they'll train us to be a soldier. And we were beaten all our bodies, all over, from head to toe. All of our body were...
What did they use to beat you?
Oh, rod, rulers, stripes of warriors, sticks, broom sticks, and a lot, anything they can see at the advantage point was using.
To beat you?
Yes, please.
And what was their reason? What was the reason they gave you?
Oh, the reason they gave was that when the military man was crying for help, we, the community and the neighbor people, even was not ready to assist him. So even they are the people that are defending us. Why can't we also defend their neighbor?
Wow. Earlier you demonstrated to me what the exercises that you were made to do. So early, they picked you up at 3 a.m. you say?
Yes.
And then you were brought back at what time? What time did they release you?
We got here 11 p.m.
11 p.m.
Yes, please.
And you were telling me that when you were going, you had no clothes and...
Yes, we were all in a boxer short with no dress, no up, only the boxer shorts. At dawn, I was not wearing singlet. So when I got out of the room, I put on a singlet.
Yeah.
So when we got outside, they said we should take off our singlet. So I took off my singlet from here. So I was naked with only boxer shorts from here to Burma camp, in and out. And when they brought us from Burma camp, we were left at Tulaku roundabout to walk from Tulaku roundabout to official town, which is not improper because we are not having any cash on us, which can transport ourselves from Tulaku back to our residence.
So all of you were just in boxer shorts, you said?
Yes, please.
All of you were in boxer shorts?
Yes, please.
And around 11 p.m.
Yes.
So what did you do? Did you walk from Tulaku to your residence?
Yes. Oh, we never trekked because some of us were on phone by then. So we used our phone to call some of our siblings by then. Yeah. And those who were not on phone, we begged our neighbors or our colleagues who were on phone to use it to call our siblings. So we were picked up at the roadside by some of our neighbors and we were brought home.
You were in boxer shorts?
Yes, we were in boxer shorts.
And you still have some assault marks behind you. You tell me that from here you're going to the police station.
Yes, please.
What is going to happen at the police station?
Oh, I just went and picked a medical report. Okay. Because I was treated by a doctor, so I have to report back to the doctor.
Okay. Yeah. You were part of the organizers of the press conference that ended some minutes ago. What are your demands?
Oh, for sure, our demands are some compensations. Our demands are compensations because we are innocent and victim. We are innocent souls of the victimized victim. Moreover, some are been detained, and our reason is that those that are detained are also an innocent soul, and they must be released with an immediate effect because they know nothing of that nature.